So I knew I liked podcasting, but I was like, what if I can do something where I can talk to people who have successfully left a 9 to 5 job to become a full-time entrepreneur? Maybe I can actually learn how to make this work. And Nicole, two things happened. One, I learned kind of the system for making that happen. But two, I realized I wanted it to be in podcasting. I fell in love with the podcasting space. And that kind of brings us to current day with what I'm doing. What I ultimately decided was I want to find something that podcasters are struggling with. And you mentioned PodFest earlier, which is one of the largest conferences for podcasters. It was PodFest 2020. I went to that conference. I spoke when I got off. There was about 2,000 people there. When I got off of stage, I just asked everyone who would talk to me, hey, what are you struggling with in podcasting? Because I learned you need to solve problems for people you care about. That's part of being an entrepreneur. And so I had a notebook and I wrote down their name, their email address, and what they were struggling with. And I heard a lot of things that day, but I heard 100 people say the same thing. I'm having trouble finding the right guest for my show. I'm having trouble finding guest, period. I'm having trouble with the administrative process in between. Hey, I have a book. I want to be on a podcast, right? There was all these things. I was like, that's the idea. That's what I want to do. And that's what I went home to accomplish. And ultimately, I filled up 3 whiteboards. I was a corporate guy, so I had like whiteboards everywhere, you know? And so I filled them all out. And at the end of it, I just wrote, like a dating app, but connecting podcast guests and hosts for interviews. I was like, that's what we're going to build. And ultimately, that's what we started that day. That was March 10th, 2020. And I brought on a partner, and 2 partners actually. One that was a developer, one that was in operations. The operations person, my wife. The business partner that is the developer. He's a longtime friend. And on June 15th, 2020, we launched the early beta of PodMatch. And that's kind of the whole story of starting it to ultimately what is leading us to what we've created today.